The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello for joining us tonight. My name is Jean McDowell with TradersCoach.com, and I'm looking forward to introducing our educational speakers to you tonight. And I wanted to mention that will not be a Wednesday Night Live next week, and the following week will be New Year's Eve, so there will also not be a Wednesday Night Live that week. So hope you all have terrific holidays, but I did want to make a note of that. Always good to see all of our regular items before we get started. For anyone that's not familiar with the GoToWebinar during this evening's event, I'd love for you to take a look at your control panel and locate the questions area. There's a box that says questions. You may even want to undock that pane. If you could then just sound that area and that you can hear my audio and see the visuals, that would be great. So just give me a couple of Y's or yeses, and that says welcome to Traders. Okay, so Bruce is saying that the audio is a little tricky. My apologies for the hissing audio. I think our speaker will be all right, so I'll just move along and then introduce our speaker, and then you can listen to him. I think he's going to sound a lot better. Basically, you're going to want to ask questions to our speaker in the questions area, and basically the speaker that we have tonight is, and we have Jared Meyer from NinjaTrader, and Trader platform, and give you a real terrific demonstration. I think I'm going to turn it over to you, Jared.
Hello, everyone, and I'm not sure you can hear me. If you can hear me, just please type a Y into the room. If my audio is sounding better, okay, great. Again, I wanted to say thank you to Traders Coach. I'm not sure if you guys heard that part of my presentation, to Jean and the team over there for having us. It's very gracious of them to have us in the room. My name is Jared Meyer. I'm with the business development team here at NinjaTrader, and today I'm going to cover some of the kind of the finer things about NinjaTrader platform. I'm going to go over some things like our excuse me. I'm going to excuse me. I cover some great things like how we started. I'm going to cover market replay and our chart trader function, ATM strategies, charting indicators, and then our market analyzer. As you can see, I have that listed up there. And basically, NinjaTrader is a excuse me, we're a charting platform. And we're a charting platform for futures, forex, excuse me, and equities as well. And we did start in 2003. Our founder, Raymond Day, he launched it, who was a long-term trader himself. And one of the great things about NinjaTrader is we are a small private company, so we do focus greatly on the customer service side of things, and we have a great reputation for that. And again, thank you all for joining us. I'm gonna dive into a couple things with our presentation. read it. So you need some great data to do that, and we do have a service called Kinetic, and it is our preferred data provider for NinjaTrader. we do partner with a company called DTN to provide the Kinetic data, but it is the fastest and most reliable data feed that we do offer for NinjaTrader. All right, and to go into a couple things here, we have a great feature called Market Replay with NinjaTrader, and I'll be showing you the platform here shortly, and I'll show you some of those features as well. And if you have any questions, I didn't address this before, but please just put those into the room. Happy to answer them as they come in, or as if it's something that I can answer at the end of a section, I'll certainly do that as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the platform real fast. I'm going to talk about Market Replay. Market Replay is a great feature that we do offer. It allows you to essentially record data and then play it back in real time. You can also fast forward through it. You can rewind it, and you can certainly, and it basically allows you to fine-tune strategies, fine-tune your entry and exits and things like that. So right here I have pulled up the NinjaTrader Control Center. This is going to be sort of the, again, the launching place for anything you do with NinjaTrader. And I'm going to go ahead and, because the markets have been closed for some time, we're going to connect to, I'm going to show you the Market Replay. We're also going to connect later to a simulated data feed. So in the Control Center, there's a section called Utilities. We're going to go to File, Utilities, and then we're going to go to excuse me, download replay data. And so basically, NinjaTrader does have a server that we do store replay data on. So even if, let's say, you are simply just using it for paper trading, or you haven't quite connected yet with a data provider, we do have select futures data that can be downloaded through this replay data. So I've pulled up this window, and up here we can certainly go up to oops, excuse me. I have a request to make this a little bit larger, so I'm going to make my screen a little bigger there. Go back to File, Utilities, and again, we're going to go to Download Replay Data. And again, this is going to be for futures data, so I'm going to go into, I have a default list already, and I'm going to drop down to the most current ES contract. So that's going to be a 315 contract. And I think just for today, we're just going to work with 1 day of data. So I have, or excuse me, 2 days. So I have yesterday and today I can download here. And we also can download level 1 and level 2 data. Level 1 just simply being your the pricing data, level 2 being the market depth available within NinjaTrader. So I'm going to download just some level 1 data. We're going to put it on a chart here, and I'm going to, actually I'll do level 2 as we can demonstrate something later, a little bit later here as well. So I'm going to press OK. It takes a moment to download, and we can see it's quite a bit of data, as you can imagine there. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and open a chart here. And I'm going to go to File, New, and Chart. And this is what we call our data series window with NinjaTrader. This allows you to put single, multiple data series into a chart. Today, we're just going to look at the ES contract, which is the S&P E-mini. And so if we double left-click on one of these instruments here, that's going to add it to our panel on this bottom section here. And that means it's going to show up on our chart when we do actually press the OK button and launch the chart. Some things to note is from this initial window, we can change things that we want to view. We can look at the price based on last ask or bid. We have our standard minute chart, which we can change the value to, let's say, 1, 5, 10, or 30 minutes. Or we can change the display altogether, and we could have a Renko bars displayed. We could do a weekly chart, a tick chart, things like that. So I'm just going to do a minute chart here, and we're just going to have that pull up here with the data that we've downloaded. All right. And see, here we are. We have a chart, and this is just going to be a naked bare chart here. and we can see kind of the basic display for NinjaTrader. And up at the top here, now that we've opened the chart, we do have a few things that we can change. We can change if we have instruments that we've saved in our default list. We could change to that. We also could change our interval that we're looking at here for the particular instrument. And again, here we have bar style, drawing tools. We can zoom in, zoom out, things like that. A couple things I want to bring your attention to that you can do on the chart is the first thing I want to show you is, and I'm going to connect to a simulated data feed for this just so we can do some, see what it looks like to place some trades here. So simulated data feed, when we connect to that, that is just internally generated market data that allows us to do some trading simulation, and we can see what it looks like, what happens with our chart when we do things such as place a strategy or something of that nature. So currently I have my simulated data up, and I have the slider over here, which allows me to move the market up or down depending on the direction I want to see the market go. And the main purpose of me bringing this up is I want to show you a couple things. One is how to add something like an indicator to the chart. So indicators we can do two ways. We can go up to this box here, which is our indicator panel or drop down here. We can click on that, and we can see that when we click on it, we have access to the over 100 preloaded indicators available with NinjaTrader. Now, partners such as TradersCoach.com and others, if you purchase ones from them, you will definitely load them in there, and they will also show up in the same area. So if you download an indicator, it's going to come up in this area here. So I want to just add a couple of simple indicators so we can see what they look like on the chart, and then we can place some simulated trades with our simulated data here. So I'm just going to I want to add an RSI here. So I'm just going to go over to the RSI, double left click on it as we did with our instrument, and that allows us to add it here. Now there's a couple things that we can change with this as well. We have things like we can turn on or off calculate on bar close. We can change the number of bars that we're going to look back here. We can also have the indicator show up directly kind of laid over our bars, or we can have it in a panel below. I'm going to put it in a panel below just so we can see what that looks like. We also have price markers displayed, and then we have some customization things such as what the lines look like and the plots. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to press OK to bring this up here. And so there we have a indicator that's based on the data that we have here, and we have the RSI lines. And we can also, if you wanted to add more than one, that's certainly a possibility. We can go back to our data series here. Some other popular ones. Excuse me. We could do an SMA, so we could do our simple moving average. I'm just going to, and this one I'm going to actually apply to the chart so we can see what that looks like on top of our bars here. So we've got some very straightforward things that we're applying to our chart, but this will allow us to give some data. So, excuse me, we'll just give some data that to place our simulated trade. And I have a question. CL asks, why is your price 2018? This is just a simulated data, so this is internally generated data from NinjaTrader's a data server just for this purpose, for demonstration purposes only. All right, so we've applied some indicators. We can also, one more thing I want to show you is some customization options for the chart. So if you right-click on the chart, we can go down to our properties window and left-click on that. And this will allow us to do things like change our background. If you don't like a straight white background, I prefer maybe a gray. It's a little bit easier on the eyes. And it allows us to change this to several different options we have here. I'm just going to choose one of these. We can also do things like turn off the horizontal grid lines. If you didn't need to see those, that's certainly a possibility. And there's a few other things. We can increase the margin, which I'll do. I'm going to increase this right side margin, so when I begin to plot my trades, this is where they're going to show up. So we can customize things. We can change colors, just some basic things to get you to more comfortable with using it kind of as you might with other things that you've done before. So we've got our indicators, we've got a background here, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on what's called Chart Trader. So Chart Trader allows us to place trades directly on the chart. And this is a great tool, for those of you who maybe don't always trade from a Superdome, but and maybe want to see some different types of data, such as indicators when you're placing trades. So as you can see on the panel, we have several different order types. We have ability to buy and sell at the market. We have our ask. We can buy and sell at the bid. We also have the ability to reverse a position from short to long or long to short. And we have the ability, using this button here, any open positions we have to close those out. You may notice that some order types are not displayed. And to display those order types, you would just simply need to right-click at your desired price on the chart. So let's say I wanted to place an order here, or I wanted to see what's going to happen when the market touches 2018. If I right-click on that price level, I can see down here below that I have the ability to sell a limit and buy a stop or buy a stop limit right here from this section here. And this is just a way to minimize some buttons and declutter some of the space on the chart there. So I'm just going to set a buy stop here at 2018. And you can see that now I've got a flag here that shows me exactly the area of my buy stop. And what's great about Chart Trader is, let's say maybe the market is going in a different direction. Let's say I'm going to turn the market down. Maybe the market starts to go down a little bit, and maybe I want to set my buy stop at a different level. I can just simply click on the order or the flag of the order, and we'll see that at that point the cursor turns into a hand, and then I can select a new position to place my order by simply right-clicking, left-clicking on the new position there. So you can click on an order and then click again to move the order there. One other thing that's great too that we can do, I'm going to close out of this just real quick so I can get out of the way, is, and I'll cover this a little bit more in depth, but you can also place ATM strategies, excuse me, on the charts as well, and you can get some visual cues about what's happening there. So I set up an ATM strategy before the presentation today just so I could have something to have quickly loaded for you there. And I'm going to place one here, and I'm going to show you how that's done once I do that. So I went to ATM strategies. I selected one that I've pre-named here, and I've got my buy and I've got my sell position here. So we can see that, again, we can move these orders as well, but it just puts a nice bracket on the market there for us. All right. And getting back to ATM strategies, I'm going to go through kind of how to set those up here in just a few moments. Let me go back to my presentation for one moment here. And here we have, I'm just going to go over some of the basics of the ATM strategies, and I'll cover that on the chart as well as a Superdome here. And basically, ATM strategies, what they do is allow you to predefine your entry and exit parameters. And you can submit these very, very quickly, and they allow you to set up a really personal strategy with NinjaTrader and with the strategies there. We've got several different options other than just your basic bracket too. We have automatic break even, we have trailing stops, and we also have some simulated stops. We also have another type of order, OCO, or one cancels the other, which is a sort of a modified order that allows you to create brackets along the market for a breakout or range-based techniques. So I'm going to go back here just after we cover that here to I want to go back to my chart and show you another one on the chart, and we're going to build another one here, and we'll also build one on a Superdome. So I'm going to pull up a Superdome real fast for us. One moment, and we'll see it on the chart and on the Superdome in just a second here. All right, so with NinjaTrader, obviously, we allow you to do ATM strategies on both the on the chart and on a Superdome. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to actually create a brand new one so we can see what that looks like for those of you that haven't seen this before. So on my chart here, ATM strategy, to create a new one, I'm going to click on this ellipses button, and or on a Superdome, I'm going to click on this drop down. So I'm going to click on the ellipses button on the chart so we can see what that looks like. And I'm going to go down to custom, select that there. And then we're going to put in a couple of parameters here for a basic one, and then we'll go over some advanced moves here in just a second as well. So I'm going to set my stop loss. I'm going to be just a couple ticks. We'll say 3. I'll put my profit target up to 5 here. And currently we just have a 1 target. I'm not going to do anything beyond that. Currently we have our time in force, which is a day. We do also have the option to do good till close or good till cancel. I think it's a good idea to just do the day if you're doing this just kind of on a per case basis here. So this is a custom strategy. I'm going to press OK because I customized it here, and then I'm going to go ahead and place a buy at the market here. And then we can see here again we have on the chart we have our profit target and our our stop loss there, and we just got filled, and I need to do that one more time. Let me do a little bit bigger spread on this next one here so we can see what that looks like. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy at the market one more time, and we're going to see what that looks like here. So again, we have profit target, we have our other area, or our stop loss, and with our Superdome here on the other side, we have the same thing here listed. And now we can see that the price here in the tan area is going to be the last traded price. And again, this is simulated trading, so let's make sure that we understand that. This would be simulated market depth here on either side. This is to give you a sense of what it looks like here, and I can move the market in my favor to see what it looks like when that fills. This is just an example of a simple ATM strategy. So I'll go ahead and I'll just trend this market way up so we can get that to fill, and then I'll move on to another demonstration here in just a second, and we'll do some advanced ones here. All right, so the next thing I want to show you, and I'm going to switch over to the Superdome for this one, trade ATM strategy, is I want to set up a little more in-depth ATM strategy. So I'm going to set my stop loss here. We're going to do 5. For my stop loss and profit target, I'll set to 8 ticks. But now I can also set a stop strategy. And to do that, I'm going to click on this drop down for custom, and that is going to pull up our stop strategy. So basically, the stop strategy allows us to set an auto break-even point, so get us back to the entry point here. So I'll set this to 2 ticks, and basically what that does is that's just going to move up my stop after I've attained 2 ticks in profit. It's going to move up my stop to 2 ticks to move my stop to the break-even point there. So after 2 ticks, stop will moved up, and that way we're going to keep those 2 ticks of profit no matter what. Now I do have the option to have the flexibility of setting that to a plus or minus value, and the plus value just means that if I were to change this to, let's say, a plus value of 1, it would be 2 ticks in profit plus one additional one is when my break-even would take place there. Now, the other thing is you can set, let's say, an auto trail, which is the next step. So currently, I have a profit target of 8, I have a stop loss of 5, and I can set this to auto trail, so my stop loss will move to, let's say, I'll say 3 ticks in profit, and I can do that for every 1 tick there. Actually, I'm going to increase this value just a little bit here. So basically, after 4 ticks in profit, my stop loss will be moved to 3 ticks behind the current traded price there until it'll move up for every 1 there. And I'll show you this in an example right now. Place a market order here, and I'll say yes, and I'll trend the market up here. And we'll see after we're gonna get a couple ticks in profit once we get to our entry point here, and we'll see our stop get moved up there, and then we'll see the auto trail kick in after 2 more ticks in profit as well. So our stop gets moved up, and then we have 1 more tick in profit, and then for every additional tick, our stop will get moved up here. So it just keeps trailing, and this is just a way for you, if you think the market's really taken off, to catch it as it's breaking out there. Right, so that's a great thing about ATM strategies. We can also chase it the opposite way as well. We're just showing the market going up instead of down there. All right, and I'm going to go back to my presentation in here in just a second. Oh, we've covered this. All right, the next thing I do want to cover is going to be the Market Analyzer here. So Market Analyzer is going to be something that works in concert with one of the Traders Coach tools, and I'll show you how that works here. I'm going to back up here and get back out of that. Basically, it's a scanner that allows for basically for you to look at trade setups for multiple for markets and time frames. Allows you to set up and organize a watch list, and you can link your order entry window along with this, so you can have that in concert. And then you can also add things like indicators, stock data, and it's very customizable as well. Excuse me for just one moment. All right, so I'm gonna minimize these guys, get out of here, and then we're going to open up a new window here, and we're going to open up the Market Analyzer window. Another thing that's great about NinjaTrader is our orders window here. Just as an aside, is the main screen here for your control panel there. Now, if we do want to open up a Market Analyzer window, excuse me, we're going to go to File and New. We're going to open up a Market Analyzer there, and essentially this gives us a nice blank slate to work with for customization purposes. Market Analyzer allows us to add instruments in several different ways, and we can add not just futures or stocks, we can do Forex, we can do any of our supported instruments. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my default list. So I'm going to right click on there and select my my default list. I do have a question. I'm going to get back to that there. And the question was asked if the platform has range and tick bars as low as 1 tick. It sure does, Armin. Absolutely. All right, so this is a view of our Market Analyzer, and since we're on the simulated data feed, this is going to show you more like market conditions, and essentially it's going to show you when it's going to flash yellow when prices are changing. Now this is something we can certainly change as we customize this, and I'm going to right-click and go down to Properties to go ahead and change a few things on there. All right, so as we can see, we can edit things like the number of bars to look back. We can change our background or foreground, and I want to right now, just because it's kind of in our face, I'm going to turn off the property where it's showing us there when things are changing on the markets, so we can just have a look at the actual data there. All right, so there's that. And then I want to also, if I wanted to add, let's say, a column, so we just have ask, last, and bid, but we can customize this pretty heavily to our needs, to suit our needs. And Dean, if you don't mind, I'm going to answer your question once I get to the end of this section. All right, so again, we have our ask, bid, and last price displayed, but we can do things like we could have display the 52-week high for an instrument. We can also, daily volume is another thing that can be added. And another thing that I think is great to display is we can also add an indicator. So again, going back to the RSI is a great thing to display. So I double left-clicked on indicator. It shows ADL down here, but if I go over here to this indicator box, I can actually change this to any indicator that's preloaded within NinjaTrader. So I'm going to go down to the RSI, and I'm just going to select that. And I can select a couple different things to display. I can show a 14 period. I can show the average, and we can have some smoothing there. And the other thing that's really neat to couple with something like an indicator is I can set up alert and cell conditions. So the particular cell that this is in will display a color or an alert, if you will. So let's say I want it to be alerted, have the background alert me to a color, let's see, to 80 to a green color if the RSI equals 80, which basically means it's obviously strong here. And I could also add one that will let me know that to change this, or have the cell change, I should say, will let me know when the RSI moves below, let's say, 40. All right. And I'll see if I have it in available here in a view there that we have something that's showing. So now we're showing the RSI for a couple instruments is red there, and if it was green, it would show that number as well, and that may take a while to load. Alan asked if this is being recorded. It certainly is out. It certainly is being recorded, Alan, and we do appreciate you coming in, and I think you can contact Traders Coach folks, and they can get you a recording should there need to be one there. All right, so a couple other things I just want to show you customization-wise. You can change some properties there. Let's see, we can change this to different colors if we want different delineations of different things. So I can change colors of the grid here, and I can also do, and I can remove the grid lines. I can have my alignment on the left or right, things like that. All right, so I've covered just a couple things there. I'm going to get back to Dean's question now. Dean asked to get stock prices, how much does it cost per month, and which data feed do you need? Dean, we support a data feed through TD Ameritrade. We also support MB Trading, Interactive Brokers, and that's going to the data feed prices are going to be dependent on the broker themselves. If you would like to place live trades on our platform, a little bit later on in the presentation, I'm going to go over a special offer that we do have to purchase the platform and do that sort of thing. John asked if we have ETFs, and as long as the ETFs are listed on an exchange, we certainly can support data for those guys. All right. And the last thing one of the last things I want to cover with you is going to be basically we have a way to create custom strategies here using something called NinjaScript. NinjaScript is what we call basically the underlying code that's being a custom code that's being set into NinjaTrader. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you all really quick how to create a custom indicator here. Excuse me, how to create a new strategy. I apologize. So how to just create a really simple strategy. So we're going to go to Tools, we're going to go to New NinjaScript and select on Strategy. And hopefully here in a second our strategy wizard will pull up for us here. All right. And as that's pulling up, I have a question from Richard. He asks, how do you remove workspaces that you've created? Richard, you can go to File, Workspaces, and then you can actually, as you exit NinjaTrader, if you have one that's open, you can actually toggle between them here, and then you can choose not to save them when you exit NinjaTrader. All right, so I'm going to go back to creating a simple strategy here, and this is just something that if you have an idea you want to use, this is a great way to just create it right on the fly. So I'm going to click Next. We can select a name for our strategy so it's easy to pull up later. So I'll just call this a test strat. And we can put description in. Also, please note that calculate on bar close is selected. And then we're going to go here to the next screen, which is user-defined inputs, which we are not going to cover. Basically, this is for some more advanced programmers. This is just going to be what I want to show you is just if you always want to create a simple strategy on your own here. And so here we have our strategies here. So we can just do some simple things, and we can set some conditions and actions, and then we can set some things we want this to do when that happens. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to select Add because I want to create a strategy with an indicator. So I'm going to go down to and select the EMA, and I'm going to double left click on it here to add that. And what I want that to do is again, this is an EMA dependent strategy. I'm going to select a 7-period EMA, and then I'm going to select as sort of my action here when it crosses above the same indicator but different period. So I'm going to go to Indicators again, and I'm going to select here EMA again. This time it's going to be a 14-period EMA. So I want an indicator to take an action for me when a 7-period EMA crosses above a 14-period EMA. I'm going to press OK. So now we have when the following conditions are true, so when a 7-period EMA crosses above that 14-period EMA, what do I want NinjaTrader to do? I'm going to add something here, and what I want it to do is I want it to enter into a long position. This is just a very simple, straightforward strategy, so this is no bells and whistles here, but I want to enter into a long position, and I'm going to leave the quantity as default. Typically it's whatever you have set in your parameters with NinjaTrader there. I'm going to press OK. All right, and then so basically I've just created a very simple strategy that I can apply to a chart in NinjaTrader. I'm going to click on Next here, And then now I can set a stop loss and profit target, so it's not just in a wide open position. All right, so I'm going to add some profit target, excuse me. So I'm going to say go in here to profit target, and I make sure that my parameter is set to ticks. And I'm going to say that profit target, let's just say it's 9 ticks. And I'm going to add in a stop loss of 4 ticks. Not a real glamorous strategy, but something that you can just create on your own as I'm showing you here. Click on Next, and now I'm going to click on Finish. And this is basically going to compile the strategy for me. And now I'm going to go back to my chart here. And I'm going to apply this strategy here. All right. So I have to turn off Chart Trader to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go up here. Strategies is the $ here. And down here I'm just going to double click on the strategy, and I want to make sure that on this panel on the right-hand side that it is enabled. Currently it's selected false. Move that to true. And we're going to press OK. And now I'm going to press OK. And essentially what this is telling me is that I have a setting in NinjaTrader selected that whenever I place an order, I have to confirm it. Strategies are not going to bypass that, so we just have to be really cognizant of that feature. Press OK. And then we're going to go back and we're going to see a couple trades hit. And now we can see here we had our buy signal when the 7-period SMA crossed above that 14-period SMA. And then we unfortunately did hit our stop loss there, got stopped out. But we do have, and some of these are super long, a very long trade here, and this is over the course of probably a day or two here. I'm not sure I can get back all the way there, but let's see if we can go back any further to another trade. But we do see the plot, and so if we did have, a trade that hit our profit target, it's going to have these green dots, and the ones with the red dots are going to be the ones that hit our stop loss there. And this is a way you can certainly you can create a strategy and you can back test it with data, and you can do a lot of different powerful things with NinjaTrader in that sense. And I just want to take a few moments. I've covered quite a few topics. Before I move forward to anything else, I do want to take some time out for some questions. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them now. If there's anything that you'd like me to cover that maybe I went over quickly for you, please let me know. I'd be happy to go over that as well. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. So I do want to just type in a link for you that you can check out. And this is going to be, for those of you that have not downloaded NinjaTrader, it is free to download. It is free to paper trade. Obviously, you just need either a live data feed or you can use our simulated data feed. And you just need to go to ninjatrader.com to go ahead and download that there. Not seeing other questions, and it looks like, unfortunately, we were supposed to have another guest, and he has not been able to make it. Have not heard from him, and we do apologize for that, for him not showing up today. I think I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next section, which is going to be a great offer that we do have. And I'm going to pull that up here. I'm back on my PowerPoint. All right, so NinjaTrader, we have essentially what's for us has been an unprecedented offer here for purchasing a NinjaTrader lifetime license, and this is it's probably the lowest price it's been possibly ever. So NinjaTrader, of course, does work with several brokerages, including our own brokerage, NinjaTrader Brokerage, which is a futures brokerage. But we also, as I said, work with MB Trading, Interactive Brokers, and a few others, including FXCM, and I believe Gain is a partner as well. So right now, if you're interested in purchasing a lifetime license, maybe you have a lease that you want to upgrade, a multi-broker license, which is normally $14.95, we've reduced down to $11.95. In our single broker lifetime license, just for using with one broker at a time, has been reduced now to just $8.95, which is extremely good offer there for the platform. So both of these are available to obviously leaseholders or people who are new to NinjaTrader. And for those of you that are maybe already own a license key, we certainly have something special for you as well. So if you already have a single broker lifetime license, but you want to upgrade to a multi-broker, normally the cost for that is $500. And today, or excuse me, during this promotion, not just today, but during the promotion, it's only going to cost you $300 to upgrade to that. Now, just a couple of points of fact, this is available until December 19th. And I'm going to go to one more slide here so you can see how to take advantage of that. And basically, this is a very limited time offer. Again, it does expire on the 19th, so just 2 days. And so tomorrow, excuse me, two and plus days to take advantage of the offer. All you need to do is email sales@ninjatrader.com with this subject Traders Coach webinar discount. And this is actually running a few other for all of our folks right now, but we want to make sure that Traders Coach was aware of this as well. And excuse me, I'm gonna type that back into the room here. I'm gonna type in the address for that. So we're gonna do sales@ninjatrader.com. And if you have any questions about that purchase there. All right, so I'm gonna wrap up here. Again, I do want to give many thanks to Gene and the team at Traders Coach. I definitely encourage you, if you have not done so, to download NinjaTrader absolutely free at ninjatrader.com. We do have many free trading events, so if you want to dig a little deeper into some of the topics I've covered today, we certainly encourage you to do that. We do have several webinars, several a day actually, so we have them throughout the week. And those can be accessed from the link on the page there. It's ninjatrader.com/webinars. And if for some reason you need any of these links and they're not clickable on my PowerPoint, please let me know, and I'll be happy to share them in the room. I just want to let everyone know that we do have, again, a YouTube channel that's our presentations are recorded and put on. We also have partners such as TradersCoach.com that contribute content for trading tips, and it's just a great place to see all the different things that are happening with NinjaTrader in video form. And one last reminder that we do offer a data feed of Kinetic, so if you wanted to just maybe try us out for analytics and get started with the data feed, Kinetic is a great system for that. And I do, again, thank each and every one of you for joining us today. A special thanks to the folks at Traders Coach. And I'd like to turn it back over to Gene now, if I could, and answer any questions and be here for anything that you might need.
for Gene. Gene's having a little bit of mic difficulties tonight, so I'm going to come in and wrap it up. Jared, thank you so much. You know, we have so many people using NinjaTrader now with the ART software that it's great to have you come on and actually talk to people on how to use it better, because it's such a robust platform that I don't think people really realize all the features that are available. And, you know, another thing that Jared touched base on was the fact that they have at NinjaTrader a great support page where they have tremendous training, both live, upcoming events, as well as the recorded events. And also, too, a lot of folks want to know, how do I connect to my broker or my data, like eSignal or Interactive Brokers, for example? And they have a very complete tutorial right on their website that shows you how to do that. So we have a lot of folks, Jared, just so you know, that are using the ART software on the NinjaTrader platform, connecting to their host broker or a data provider. Works really well. And again, also, if you have any issues setting it up, or if you're confused, you can talk to the guys at NinjaTrader, and they're real good about helping you out and getting it set up. It's a very proven platform, works real good. So once you get it set up, you should really have no problems at all. So really good stuff. And again, I want to thank you for coming, and he's got all his links up there. The other thing I want to mention, too, just as a general announcement, with the holidays upon us, next Wednesday, of course, is Christmas Eve, and the Wednesday after that is New Year's Eve. So this is actually going to be the last Wednesday night live of this year. So we get to say we'll see you next year. So the next Wednesday night live will be the first Wednesday in January. And so we'll send out some emails again and get you set up. And that, I think, is actually on Wednesday, January 7th. Okay, so that'll be the next one we have. So I want to wish everybody a really happy holiday season and a safe holiday season. If you're going anywhere, drive carefully, of course, or commute carefully, however you get there. But have a real good one. It's a nice time to spend with family. So I'll sign off here. I'm going to leave the links up here for a little while. And again, thank you so much for coming, and happy holidays to all.